I I don't know what people's deal is, man. The grass is not always greener. We're starting to see, especially with that whole Logan Paul and Roman Reigns thing. You have so much talent there and you're not using them. Instead, you're going to streamline somebody like Logan Paul, who has only had one singles match. So, if this is a pull to go back to that place, buddy, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Especially for a guy that has had TV time. So, Buddy Matthews, who just debuted back in February with AEW, is now hinting a little bit about leaving already. Again, this guy's not even been with the company for a year yet and is already talking about he needs to go and recalibrate and do all this and that. So, this is per Cage Side Seats. They say after he was missed by Great Muta on Rampage, there was speculation that it could be a way to write Buddy Matthews off of AEW television. Matthews' House of Black stablemate, Malachi Black, who Jake and I recently talked about, he confirmed he requested his release from Tony Khan's company, and rumors are swirling about ex-WWE wrestlers like Black and Matthews wanting to return there now that Triple H is in charge. Is it safe to assume Buddy is one of them? So basically what happened was Buddy Matthews at Fight Life Pro Wrestling this past Saturday night, he pretty much cut a promo at the end after his match was done. And he said, unfortunately, I, like some of my other members, need to go away for a while. I need to recalibrate. I need to figure out some things. As my brother Malachi once said, this isn't goodbye, this is see you later. Now, again, we're talking about a guy that just debuted in AEW back in February. So, whether he's had a talk with Tony Khan or not, fam, I can't remember how long Malachi Black was in AEW. But the fact that we're now seeing Buddy Matthews doing this, the fact that we're now seeing other AEW wrestlers doing this as well, we see people that are unhappy, and I said this a long time ago. The more people Tony Khan signs to Saraya, the more problems there are going to be when you haven't really established a differentiation of your two shows that are on actual television. I.e. Dynamite, which is on for 2 hours, and then Rampage, which is on for an hour on a Friday night. Which I believe is at 10 o'clock or 11 or something like that. We knew this problem was brewing for a long time, not specifically with Buddy Matthews, but this happens at every single play, whether it's going to be school, whether it's job. We see what's happening. We're seeing this whole domino effect. That's exactly what this is, pretty much. Malachi Black requests his release, says he needs time off. So, he had a lot of shit happen. He needs that time off. But now you're starting to see other people, oh, Malachi Black got his release. He got his time off at least, but I should be able to do the same thing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and confirm that whether Buddy Matthews asked for his release or anything like that. I'm only going off of these reports. There's multiple reports saying that Buddy Matthews has been asking for his release, that he's asked at least for time off. I was a fan of Buddy Matthews when he was Buddy Murphy. One of the best cruiserweight champions we've had. I think you have Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander, and of course Enzo, my three favorite cruiserweight champions when they brought after they brought the cruiserweight championship back. Those are my three favorites. Buddy Matthews did some work as cruiserweight champion. Don't let that be lost on anybody, okay? Buddy Matthews is one hell of a performer, one hell of a wrestler. But if this is some kind of pull to get into WWE, I don't know what people's deal is, man. The grass is not always greener, and I don't know what people, because we're starting to see, especially with that whole Logan Paul and Roman Reigns thing, it's like you have so much talent there and you're not using them. Instead, you're going to streamline somebody like Logan Paul, who has only had one singles match. So, if this is a pull to go back to that place, buddy, what are you doing? What are you thinking? especially for a guy that has had TV time, especially for a guy that has been on TV consistently and has wrestled. He may have lost, but has wrestled. The grass is greener mentality is really, really, really fucking folks up in WWE and AEW. It was happening for a couple years, if not longer than that. Because even before the pandemic, people were asking for their fucking releases from WWE. Then all of a sudden, Vince is out, Triple H is in. Triple H brings back Johnny Gargano, Karrion Kross, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai. I say Io Shirai. Dexter Lumis. And now all of a sudden, WWE might not seem so bad. In a world of, I'm not even going to say that, but, I'm not even going to say that. But down here, Buddy Matthews, he talks about, look, he puts a GIF and he says fake. And when he's talking about when Fightful reported earlier that he's pretty much expressed dissatisfaction regarding his situation in AEW. Which I believe if anybody should not be doing that, it should be somebody like Buddy Matthews. Because if you go to WWE, you might not even get put on television, fam. You might come back and have this big return and have it put on television. But after a couple weeks, it is what it is. You're going to be another Shelton Benjamin or a Drew Gulak. Well, you're amazing in the ring, but your character sucks. And that's what they did with Buddy Murphy's character back in WWE. Again, his Cruiserweight title run, one of the best. But aside from that, he did nothing. He was briefly an NXT Tag Team Champion with Wesley Blake. That was years ago. Seems like ages ago at this point. Again, this is something that I hope is not true. This is a situation and a rumor that I really hope is not true, that he's been asking for his release and that he's been dissatisfied with being on TV. Because half of AEW right now is not on any kind of television. But anyways, man, let me know what you guys think, man. Again, I every time I see this whole grass is greener mentality thing, you always know I have to talk about it. Because AEW and WWE, WWE seems like they're getting their shit together creatively. AEW seems like they're falling by the wayside now. And it's getting almost embarrassing that Tony Khan cannot fucking control this shit. But anyways, man, hit that like and that subscribe. It's your boy Corn. It's Half-Ass Pod and I am OUT.